Kit Finlayson, and my store is Creative Addictions in Conrad, Montana. What made me ultimately come to the decision to close, even though my promo sale was successful, I got so many customers, new ones, and return customers from that promo sale. And I had a lot of information that I could use in the future to contact people and help them to know what was going on with my business. But what made it that I needed to do a closing was a lot of things changed in my life that I wanted to, other things I wanted to pursue. And also the area that I live is very rural, and I thought that there would be more people that would come from around the area to shop here and get the things that they need. But it turned out that even though a lot of people did come, there still wasn't necessarily enough population in this area to handle all the inventory I had. So I learned how I needed to balance that better, but it still was not what it needed to be to get the store back and running. So it was better for me to do a closing sale and clear things up, and then I can start again in the future with a better perspective of what I'd need to do to run a business. The way I found out about G.A. Wright is through a mailer that I got that explained all the different things that they could do for my business if I ever needed to do a closing sale or a promo sale. And it piqued my interest. So I kind of kept it around, didn't really think about it for a year or two, and then I'd get a couple every now and then that would re-spark my interest. And then it came to the point where I really needed it. So I brought them into my life, and I'm really glad that I did. The start of the process for me was G.A. Wright sent a consultant here to discuss what exactly my needs were, how much it would cost, what I could expect to receive from the promo sale, and how it would benefit my business. So she really spent a lot of time with me and really came down to all the figures. It was easy for me to understand and see a picture of what I would get out of the process. And it seemed like a very good idea to me. I felt very safe, and I trusted the consultant that came, and it worked out that it was a good thing I did. So the way that I came to decide to go with G.A. Wright for the second time for my closing sale, when I was going through that process, thinking about it, if I should do it or not, I had a lot of resistance from another group of people who have been helping me along the way, and they really thought I should go a different direction. In fact, they had all sorts of lists of things that I could do to make help the store close and all this, and I was very fearful about that because I knew that it wasn't going to work the way that they thought it was, because they really didn't understand a closing sale the way G.A. Wright does. I wanted to talk about the first day, which was an incredible day, the first day of our sale. We had a huge line outside the door for us when we opened right at 10, and people were just coming in. We had people waiting for hours in the checkout line. It was pretty incredible. I mean, the sales that day alone was more than what we'd made in months. And I would say any business in town pretty much for a month or two, maybe 3, maybe the whole year. It was huge. Before our sale, we had a special meeting in where we talked, all of my staff, we talked together with my consultant and really prepped for what we would expect and what they would expect and things that they should say to help when questions were asked about what was happening or anything. So they were well trained as to what they should say and do, how they should check people out. It was just very smooth that day. Even though it was crazy and frenzied, I'm really glad we had that instruction first to help us through that day because it was chaos. Another thing about the sale that was really wonderful was we were able to get rid of a lot of inventory that had been sitting around and collecting dust. We just could not move somehow. And with this sale and getting the frenzy going and all the excitement, people were buying things that had been sitting there a long time. So that was great. During the first month of the sale, I was really appreciative that my consultant was careful with the profit margins. She was careful to plan it out in the way that would be the best for me to get the most return on my inventory so that I'd be able to get what I need in order to close the store. So that was very helpful. Through the GA Wright process, they were able to bring in a lot of new customers who probably wouldn't have come here before, and also were able to build some real excitement with the customers. They were just happy to come in, and they also wanted to come back and see how things would be different every time they came. It would be something more and fun for them every time they came. It wasn't boring, so that was great. New stuff for them to see all the time. My expectations for the sale, it was a great sale. And still is. We're still in the process, and we still, even though it's gone on a little while, we still have some great momentum. And I'm really pleased with how the word's getting out and more customers are coming. And even though the sale has been on for a little while, it still is creating buzz, and people are coming from all over to get a chance to get what they can before we're gone. To sum up my whole experience with GA Wright is, I would say, I just feel a lot of gratitude, for helping me get through this huge process, because I never would have been able to do it on my own. It was just too massive and complex a project. And I shudder to think about other businesses that are even more large than mine, and how they would deal with a sale like this. It was so complex, this one. So I'm just really so happy that I was working with GA Wright from the beginning for my promo sale, even up till now through this closing sale.